Hey all, just a quick video before the exams, as I'll tell you about in a moment, are about to be available, just to, put us all in the right mindset, I think. So the first thing I want to mention is that I've created a practice exam from previous year's questions. So it's just a shorter version. It's going to be 20 questions, and when you do it, you'll have a half an hour to do it. So the idea is it's sort of a mini version of Monday's exam, right? Monday will be 60 questions with 90 minutes, so this will be 20 with 30 minutes, so sort of a third of the size, if you will. The idea of this practice exam is primarily to just give you a sense of the flow, like how things are going to unfold Monday night. And just, make sure nobody's surprised when they go in there is really the question, or really the point. There's a couple of things about the exam that I want to let you know about that apply to the well, let's talk about the Prastic practice exam first of all. And let me be clear about this, by the way. On the actual midterm, I'm going to officially say it's open book, and I'll say that in an announcement as well. We can't police that anyway, and I don't like thinking that some people are cheating and others are not because they feel, they're not looking at their book because they feel it would be wrong. So I just want to level that playing field and say open book for everybody on the final exam. Now, because of that, when we created questions, not for the final exam, sorry, for the midterm that's coming up, when we created questions for that midterm, I asked the TAs to make sure they were including at least half that were very applied questions. So taking the knowledge you learn and being able to show you understand it by applying it in some situation, some new kind of situation. So those are more challenging questions. And one of the reasons I'm mentioning this to you, first of all, is for the practice midterm, I didn't worry about that. So in previous years, I hadn't been so worried about that. And therefore, the practice midterm will have easier questions. So I just want to be very clear about that in terms of your expectations. As you go through the practice midterm, it's about giving you the flow of the exam, giving you a sense. It does have real questions about the content, so you certainly can use it to practice. But be aware that the actual midterm will have more applied questions. And if you don't know what that means, I shared a document that I share with TAs. So a while ago, I shared it with you on an announcement. And part of that document describes how you can create questions at different levels, and including ones that tap understanding a little bit more. So check that out, get a sense of it. That'll give you a better sense of what to expect for the actual midterm. Okay, so now here's how things are going to work. The practice midterm I'm going to make available at noon today, which is Friday, and I'm going to keep it available right through till Monday, 10 minutes before the exam. So whenever it's good for you, try the practice midterm, but you should do it after you've studied. You might want to wait until Monday at some point to give this a go, to kind of have the feel of what to expect again for the actual midterm that will be Monday evening. And so, yeah. Give it a try, get a sense of it. There's a couple of things I want to mention about the way things unfold. They are, you have a question, you answer it, and once you answer it and move on, you can't go back. Okay, and I know that's suboptimal in some way. You would like to go back, and also the total exam has a time, right, which is roughly a minute and a half per question, exactly a minute and a half per question, and that's both for the practice and the actual one. Now I just want to make sure we're clear about why we're doing that to you, because I know that can make things a little more stressful to have that sort of time pressure and to not be able to go back. The first thing to know is it's the same for everybody, right? Everyone's writing the exam under the same conditions, so don't get too upset by how that works. And that's one of the reasons I want you to feel it, first of all, so you just get the sense of how it works. The reasoning for doing this to you is the following. If we gave you unlimited time and allowed you to keep going back to questions, then really everybody should get 100%. And that means the people who really have been paying attention and reading hard and studying, who would have done well anyway, but also the people that just take the time to look everything up, right? And so that's the problem with untimed exams where you're allowed to go back. Students who don't know the material very well can seem like they know it as well as students who really know it. And I worry about those students who really know it. I want them to have the chance to show that, hey, I really understand this at a deep level. And so that's what we set the exam up. Exams aren't made to, give everyone the best possible mark. They are made to try to discriminate between those students who know the material well and those who don't know it so well. And that's why academic integrity is such a problem. You're not cheating U of T when you cheat. You're cheating the better students in the class who suddenly aren't able to show that they are the better students in the class. So we have those restrictions in there with those students in mind. They will be fine with limited time per questions. They will be fine not going back because they usually get the questions right in the first place. And so it is meant to kind of preserve to some extent the fact that they do know the material better. Okay, so that's why we're doing it that way. But again, the best thing for you is not to worry too much about that, but rather just accept, okay, that's how the exam is. It's the same for everybody. Again, I'm going to give you the practice exam to give you a chance to kind of get used to it. And then just go into that midterm and give it your best. That's all you can do, right? Prepare as well as you can do ahead of time, and then go and hit that exam as well as you can, okay? I wish you all the best on both of these. During the exam itself, by the way, I will be monitoring emails, so should issues arise, send an email directly to me, steve.jordans@utoronto.ca. I'll be keeping an eye on that if there's any issues, but there won't be any issues. Okay, cool. Gonna leave it there. Have a good one, guys. Happy Friday.